From the edge of the Saginaw River here in beautiful central Michigan, it's the opening round of the 2006 Champ Boat Powerboat Racing Tour, the 19th annual Bay City River Roar. Hi everybody, I'm Steve Michael, along with my partner Wally Shaver. Glad to have you with us in a hot and sticky afternoon here in central Michigan. And three drivers, Wally, have a great opportunity to win this race today. Let's start with the man behind us, Terry Rinker, the defending champion. He's on the pole today.
And he won 3 out of the first 4 races last year. If you want to make a statement, you get off fast, this would be the day to do it for Terry.
And the rookie, everybody's talking about Sean Torrente out of Miami, Florida, California Gold Team. He won in Cincinnati last year. This is only his rookie year. He is excited about being here, and he could be a key today.
And he was a national champ in a lower class last year, blew away the field. He's been very fast here in Bay City. Expect big things from him.
Tim Sebold, Bud Light Machine. Yes, he won this race a year ago from the pole, and he had problems yesterday.
He did. He had an accelerator cable problem. He's had that rectified, and we certainly expect to see him, Steve, running near the front all day.
All sorts of great stories. We're going to cover them. We're going to come back and start this race off when we return right after this. Timeout. 2006 Champ Boat Grand Prix Series. And before we get down to the racing action, let's give you a visual postcard of this beautiful area here in Bay City, Michigan. It's an all-new season, and everyone has high hopes for the Champ Boat title. So we went around the paddock and asked drivers who they thought would win the 2006 championship at season's end.
Boat number 26, Dennis Capadlo.
Brian Norman. Who else? My friend Brian Norman, he's mistaken. It's going to be Ned Mikhailovich with SPN Motorsports.
Number 7, Team Talon Boats, Mark Major.
Tell you what, if I was a betting man, my money would be on the number 10.
Glenn Simberger's going to win the championship in 2006.
Lovely, lovely. Thank you, sir.
There's no doubt in my mind it's going to be me.
What? Who's going to win the championship in 2006?
Chris Fairchild.
Wyatt Nelson Racing in 2006.
Brian, who's going to win the championship in 2006?
Tim Sebold. Tim Sebold.
I'd say one of the drivers that's here today.
After a full day of qualifying and a pair of heat races, it was time to determine pole position. Last year was Tim Sebold of the Bud Light team with a time of 30.59 seconds. Let's find out who will lead the field for today's Bay City River Roar. Starting in the 5th spot will be the driver from Syracuse, New York, Wyatt Nelson, who was 6th in the championship a year ago. He's looking for his first win. In the 4th spot will be Lynn Simberger out of Elsa, Illinois, who was 8th in the title a year ago. He also looking for his first win. Starting 3rd will be Tim Sebold with the Bud Light Machine out of St. Louis, Missouri, looking for back-to-back wins here in Bay City.
Well, it's not the position that we want to be in, but the Bud Light boat is running good. We just have to make a couple adjustments to get it to respond how we want it to. But it'll come alive tomorrow. You know, we got 50 laps. It's a long race. It's a rough course. And there's a lot of things that can happen here at Bay City.
Starting 2nd will be Sean Torrente out of Miami, Florida, the rookie driver who is looking for his 2nd career victory.
Oh, it's a good deal. We were a little disappointed in time trials, but I'll tell you what, we knew we had a race boat, not a time trial boat, and it was great during the heats.
Can you win this race tomorrow?
I'm starting 2nd, Steve. What do you think? Of course I can win this race. We just got to get a couple breaks and everything, you know, somewhat go our way and drive a smart, good, hard race, and we'll be in good shape for tomorrow.
And the man on the pole is Terry Rinker out of Tampa, Florida, who won this title a year ago. He set the water on fire with a 31.93.
You know, the Rinker Boat Company Amsoil team has been working all winter long for this day, and we got the number 10 boat on the pole. I mean, that was the idea here today, and we're going to do what we can to stay up there.
Here's the remainder of the driver lineup for today's Bay City River Roar. In the 6th spot will be Dennis Capadlo out of Grayling, Michigan. In the 7th spot will be Brian Norman, the rookie from Louisiana. In the 8th spot will be Jeff Shepard from Tennessee. In the 9th spot will be Mark Major from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. In the 10th spot will be Uzo Ukawa from Tokyo, Japan. In the 11th spot will be Chris Fairchild driving the Hooters boat from Illinois. In the 12th spot will be Randy Rinker from Syracuse, Indiana. In the 13th position will be Brian Benton from Ontario, Canada. And rounding out the field will be Ned Mihaljevic from Florida. So there's the lineup for the 2006 Champ Boat Bay City River Roar. After qualifying and before the race, we sat down with Terry Rinker and talked with him about last season and his plans for 2006. Terry, congratulations on the championship in 2005. Kind of a wild year. You won 3 of the first 4 races, and you took a commanding lead early.
Yeah, we sure did. The Blackhawk Rinker team just came out of the box strong last year. Had some good fortune with some of the other boats, but you know, we stayed in the race and won 3 of the 4.
Yeah, it became very dramatic for you though as the season went on. You kind of lost your way a bit, and it took you all the way to the very end in Kankakee.
Yeah, it was tough. We made some changes trying to improve the handling of the boat, and it kind of went the other way, unfortunately. But we were able to hang on and you know, keep our wits of us and hang on for the championship.
Second championship now for you. Focus in on this season. You got a brand new boat. Can you bring back the crew and get them as determined as you are to win another championship? Your first, this would be your first back-to-back.
Yeah, it would be great to be a back-to-back champion. The crew is really tuned in this year. We worked hard over the winter down in Florida with all of our testing, and we got all the same crew members back, so we're right in the same groove as we ended with last year, and going to carry that high all the way through this season.
Not many people drive the Lee boat successfully. You do, and you make this boat sing. What's the secret to it?
I tell you what, it's just testing and getting the setup right. I mean, any boat can be fast, I feel. You just have to work at it, get it set up, and crew chief James Chambers and I work real hard at that, and between the 2 of us and the rest of our testing we do in Florida, it just works for us.
Hey, thanks for the time. Wish you all the best of luck. You're starting it off in the right way with a pole here in Bay City.
Yeah, it's great to be there. Thanks, Steve.
The boats are lined up and ready to roar to life. We'll be back to Bay City, Michigan right after this. 2006 Champ Boat Grand Prix Series here from Bay City, Michigan. And the fans through central Michigan have come here by the thousands ready to watch this driver, Tim Seibold, who qualified 3rd. He is the 2nd most active winningest driver on the tour. And Sean Torrente, the driver who is a rookie, who's already won on the tour. And Terry Rinker, who will lead the field through on the pole. He did a 31.93. He is going to try to win this championship for the 2nd straight year. All eyes glued in the official starters seconds before the start. The drivers lined up, looking down this 1.25-mile course for 50 laps. As the drivers now focusing in on the job at hand. And the field's away, and they accelerate away up to 125 miles an hour in less than 7 seconds as they work their way around the commitment buoy and now head down the back straightaway. Terry Rinker, the man on the pole, holding off Tim Seibold, who stays just to the outside. Can Rinker hold it through turns number 3 and 4? And it looks like he does. As Terry Rinker, the driver from Tampa, Florida, takes off, and now Tim Seibold slides out to his outside. Sean Torrente way to the outside lane. 3 boats abreast as they come down through turn number 1. We start to count our laps now as Rinker slides out through 1 and 2. Seibold goes wide. Oh my, Sean Torrente almost clipped the back of Tim Seibold as he came out of turn number 2. But look at the driver in that Rinker Boats AMSOIL machine go through turns number 3 and 4. A great vantage point for you on the north side of this course. And now they accelerate up to speeds of 135 miles an hour as they come by the start-finish line. Terry Rinker, your leader, by over 2 seconds already. Seibold trying to hang on, and then there's a bit of a gap back to Sean Torrente. Torrente driving for the California Gold team. This is part of the East-West Express, where a year ago his teammate was Todd Bowden. This year, Sean Torrente, the solo driver on this team run by Fred Bowden. Down into turns number 3 and 4. Past the restaurants, a lovely location here. This river is very, very narrow, and at the same time it gives the spectators a perfect view to watch this course. On board we go with Terry Rinker through the south side of the course. Now you can see him on the backstretch. And you can see the traffic already. He's starting to catch up to some back markers. A beautiful shot right off the nose, heading down the back straightaway, reaching speeds of about 135 miles an hour, pulling into this corner at about 4 Gs as he slides out of fourth. Oh my! He almost hits Jeff Shepard in the other Hooters boat, the driver out of Tennessee, but he stayed to the inside, and you can see how limited their visibility is as they go down that front straightaway, as he now picks up some more traffic as he works his way down. Here's Wyatt Nelson, the driver out of New York. He started 5th. He's moved up a spot, and he is in a beautiful DAC Italian boat that was built by Guido Cappellini out of Como, Italy. That boat is just made for this course. A longer boat itself. It's about a foot longer than some of the boats. Wide tunnels, and it really flies on the course. Oh, what a shame. Nemanja Halovic dropping out. The driver out of Florida, here 4 laps into the event, just couldn't keep the engine running long enough, and he moves that boat off into the trailer up on the ramp, and he is done for the afternoon. So we've lost one boat, and oh my, Mark Major, the driver out of Toronto, has taken out a buoy on the race course, turn number 3, and as the boats head down into that area, Tim Seibold now moving up on Terry Rinker. Rinker getting a bit lost, and looks like Seibold has cut through the course, and he's made his turnaround 4. And now Sean Torrente is starting to put on some pressure on Rinker as he continues to slow, and Torrente looks like he's going to move around Terry Rinker. So first and second have been taken by Tim Seibold and Sean Torrente as Rinker got lost down in turn number 3 after Mark Major took the buoy out. And when he did, Tim Seibold and Sean Torrente jumped on him like a cat and passed him, and Terry Rinker has gone from 1st to 3rd in a blink of an eye. So as the boats work their way around this race course, Tim Seibold, your new leader, the driver out of St. Louis, celebrating his 25th anniversary with the Bud Light race team. And there you can see Sean Torrente coming right up on the right hip of Seibold. He's not too far behind. Oh my, wouldn't it be lovely for Torrente to pick up his 2nd championship win here in only the 8th race he's ever run in Champ Boat Racing. Torrente slides through. That's the difference between 2nd and 3rd, as Rinker now tries to stay up with the Miami driver. Oh my, we got a caution on the race course. Something's happened, and oh no, what a shame. Sean Torrente has gone over, and you can see how visibly upset he is. He is not pleased with what's happened, as he is pointing to the rescue team that has come in to pick up bits and pieces of his cowling. You can see his engine cowl has gone a bit askew, and Sean Torrente will now step into the rescue boat. And right now it looks like he is done for the afternoon. The crowd gives him a big cheer. This race has been stopped. We'll come back with more racing right after this. Time out. Series, and this race has been stopped because this man, Sean Torrente, crashed down in turn number 3. He's okay. The boat is damaged, that Grand Prix boat, and you can see the wind conditions starting to really pick up and howl well over 20 knots on this notoriously rough race course. Here's the standings as we have them after 16 laps. This is a 50-lap race, and Tim Seibold has moved to the front. Set for the restart, and Tim Seibold on the pole. Terry Rinker to the outside, and they're away. And Terry Rinker right off the bat heads for the commitment buoy just ahead of Tim Seibold. Now in a foot race. Seibold trying to hold on to the inside position, but Rinker continues to inch his way a little bit farther. Let's see who gets through turn number 3 first, and it's Terry Rinker. Oh my, he slams the door on Tim Seibold and now accelerates away as these boats start flying down this race course, reaching speeds of well over 130 miles an hour as they come down toward the front straightaway. Rinker now building up a 5-boat length lead already. He got an ace of a start to move in front of Tim Seibold. Seibold, of course, who won this race a year ago. And Terry Rinker on this opening round looking for his 9th career victory. Last year when he won this championship, he won 3 of the first 4 races of the season. This was the only race that he did not win, so he would love to come back and win here for the 3rd time. Terry Rinker now out of turn number 4. This race course will start to get rougher and rougher as the laps continue on. Right now, not a bad situation. It's pretty calm as we can see that Wyatt Nelson back in 3rd place is pushing hard. Wyatt Nelson has moved up a couple of spots, is driving well. He has reached 2 career podiums. He would love to do it again. He's a 5-time national champion, and he would just love to be up in the top 5 today. Brian Norman, the rookie, he is an offshore driver from Louisiana, running well. Started 7th, he's up to 4th. But we look back now, we can see Terry Rinker already working his way around some back markers in traffic. There's Lynn Simberger. Oh my, Rinker has to go way to the outside. Simberger lets him through, but not easily. And now Seabold here in the final few laps is chasing him very closely, will not let him go. And it'll be a dicing game between the front runners as they slice their way through some of the back markers. Who will be able to get themselves through traffic better? Right now, Rinker continues to lead, but not by much. Seabold closing in on that beautiful Seabold boat that he built this year, a brand new 2006 edition. Rinker continues to use the outside of the race course to look for smooth water. Tim Seabold hugging the inside of the course. It's a bit of a slower way around than Rinker has to do, and he hopes that will come to his advantage. Terry Rinker now on the backstretch. Thousands of fans enjoying the action here, as you can see, as they go by the restaurants over on the east side of this race course. Rinker into the corner, 3 and 4. Now Seabold's getting closer and closer. Oh my, what a great finish this is going to be as Seabold now pounds his way up toward the front. Rinker here on the final lap trying to hold off Tim Seabold. Seabold's making a push. He's only 2 boat lengths back. And Terry Rinker comes through, and Rinker continues to hold off Tim Seabold by 2 to 3 boat lengths, and he made an ace of a turn down in 1 and 2. And look at how the margin he's been able to stretch out on Tim Seabold. He's built it back up to about 10 boat lengths here with the final lap as we watch the two come through. Just one more corner for Terry Rinker, and Seabold trying to catch up to him on the inside, but Terry Rinker is going to get the job done as he comes across and takes the checkered flag and wins for the 9th time in his career and the first time in 2006 on a great performance as he held off a 4-time national champion Tim Seabold. And Terry Rinker has won here in Bay City for the 3rd time in his career. We'll come back and hear from all 3 drivers who made it to the podium when we return right after this timeout. On Speed is brought to you by the all-new Rudy Revolution Sports Energy Drink. And by Amsoil, first in synthetics. And by Mercury Racing, where the race never stops. Well, as Terry Rinker celebrates in front of thousands, let's hear from the man who finished in second, Tim Seabold.
Tim, you came down to the very end. It looked like you had a great chance to come away with a victory here and make it 2 in a row in Bay City.
Well, 2 laps from the end, Terry skipped out on the far end. I went on the inside, and we actually got side by side, but he had to drive out of the corner. It was windy and rough out there, so it was a good race.
Brian Norman had a great run in that 4th spot, as did the 5th place man, Lynn Simberger. Let's hear from the man who finished in 3rd, Wyatt Nelson.
Wyatt, a great run in Bay City. You seem to always run so well here.
Yeah, we just we started out slow, kind of conservative, and we pushed hard towards the end, and it was really rough on the backstretch. We almost blew it over a couple times, but we had our foot in it coming down the straightaway.
Yeah, you won a heat race yesterday, and then today, top 3 podium finish. A nice way to start 2006.
Yeah, it is. We're getting off a little better than the first race last year, so we're looking for good things the next race.
Let's run down the full field of drivers in today's Bay City River Roar. We can see that Jeff Shepard had a great day, as did Dennis Clopadlo, last year's Rookie of the Year. He finished in 7th place. Brian Benton finishing 11th place, and a very disappointed Sean Torrente, and then Mihaljevic dropped out early. Let's hear from our winner, Terry Rinker.
Terry Rinker, congratulations. What a great way to start off 2006 with a victory here in Bay City.
Well, I tell you what, Steve, it's great to get that Rinker Boat Company Amsoil team up front again. A win on the first race here in Bay City, hey, it doesn't get much better than that.
Got wild out there, the restart. You got to be happy with getting a second chance on Tim Seabold.
Yeah, it sure was. We took a couple bad hops on one of the straightaways. Timmy got around me, then Sean got me, and just fortunate for me, I guess, unfortunate for Sean, but the restart worked to our benefit.
Those last 5 laps looked like a survival test out of there. You could feel the heat from Seabold from behind.
Yeah, I sure could. You know, you start getting towards the end of the race, it's counting down, you're trying to be conservative, don't want to make a mistake. The guy in back, he's wanting to get you, so he's taking a little more chances, and, it was last few laps were tense.
It's a 5-month struggle for the championship, but here are the points after the first race, and Terry Rinker with the win, already 31 points ahead of Tim Seabold. Wyatt Nelson having a lovely day, and Lynn Simberger along with Brian Norman all within 100 points of the man from Tampa, Florida. Well, as the three drivers reach the podium in celebration with hundreds gathered around watching, Terry Rinkert takes the top step. And a great day for Tim Seibold, who hung right in there, finishing by just 2 boat lengths behind. And our Rudy Hard Charger of the race award goes to Brian Norman, who started 7th, and he charged his way to 4th place on a great run. So as they pop the champagne, we're heading off to the Greater Cincinnati Grand Prix coming up next. Thanks for stopping by. We had a great day. For Wally Shaver, I'm Steve Michael saying so long from Bay City, Michigan.